Hey, it's Chris with Never Enough Outdoors. I'm back at it today trying something new. My wife bought me a metal detector for Christmas. I've always been interested in them and getting into searching and finding cool stuff underground. So I've been out searching our property for the past couple of weeks, finding all kinds of nails and pieces of metal, aluminum, cans have been buried, the little tabs off of cans off the top. I did find one thing. It made me $40 on eBay. It was a little electronic light thing, but other than that I haven't found anything like gold or jewelry or coins or anything. But I'm gonna go search today and I'm gonna take you with me and we'll see if we can find anything cool. So check out my other videos, subscribe to my channel, and let's go see what we can do. So my wife got me a metal detector for Christmas. I've joked around about wanting one over the years, especially when we see someone at the beach using one. But I've kind of gotten interested in the hobby of metal detecting and going to places like where there's old houses or buildings or barns or whatever that either still exists or were torn down years ago, but the land really hasn't been messed with much, and doing some searches just to find whatever I can find. Maybe a treasure, maybe just a coin, or maybe a 1950s penny, or even just a piece of like a nail or something, just to see what's in the ground. I've always thought it was kind of interesting. So my wife surprised me with a metal detector for Christmas this year, a few weeks ago, and she has no idea what she's gotten me into, because now I'm addicted to playing with this thing. It's nothing fancy. It's a beginner's model. It's the Dr. Otek MT-XR, but she did a little bit of investigating, and it turns out to be a pretty decent beginner one. So I've been doing some historical aerial photo research, and we live on a big 200-acre farm, which we rent from someone. We're building a house across the street, but I've got permission from the owner to be out here, and I've found some old houses that exist that were on the map or on the aerial photos from back in the day in the 50s that are no longer here, and that were like knocked down in like the 60s. So I'm gonna go find, I've got the GPS coordinates, I'm gonna go see if I can find those areas and do some walking around in the vicinity and see if I can find anything. I know I'll find something, because I've found a lot. It's just I haven't found anything worth any value. So let's go see what we can do, and I hope y'all enjoy. I've actually got one of these things. It helps you locate where the metal is in the ground a lot easier than using your detector. I found that was useful, so I ordered me one. I've got these locations out here mapped out that I want to go search around, or at least to show me where the houses are or where buildings were. But I've got an app on my phone, Field Area Measure, that I use for actually finding square footage and acreage and different things. But look, I've got all these places around this property we live on mapped out, and I don't remember what's what. I think this one is a house, this one's a barn, and this one you can actually see the layout of the square of where it may still be. I've never walked up there and noticed it, but I'm gonna go there today. And then there's some other things on this property here. There's maybe a well or something down here, and then there's two things out by the road that I've never noticed. But I always wondered what this bridge was right here. It's a legit metal bridge, but I never knew. So we're gonna go try to hit some of these spots today. I don't know how close I can get to the road, because I don't trust the dog to stay. I mean, I trust her, but it's another headache to deal with. keeping up with the dogs. So that's what we're gonna go see, if we can walk and find these points, and those are where the middle of the houses are, the buildings. So let's go. But here's the bridge that the people, whoever lived here back in the 50s or 40s or whenever, this is the bridge they used to get across the creek to get to their house. And you see it looks to just be just wooden, but it's wooden on top of metal. There's like a metal frame and there's wood on top of it. And they still use it with the tractor, I've seen. But there's some other crossings for the creek around that they use as well, which is just crossing the creek on land. But I've seen them use that, so I know it's still sturdy. All right, so we're getting close to the first point, and I don't remember what these are. I remember the one in the middle up top is I believe it's a house. The one in the back is like a little barn or building. And the one on bottom is, I don't know what it is, and I don't know that I knew what it was when I looked at it. It's just a little something. It's like a little well house or something. So let me zoom in so I can try to pinpoint where it's at and what it is. And so we're all over it right here. There is a little low spot. So just knowing that it's right here, I'm going to do some locating right here. Now, anything I say about metal detecting is from what I've learned in the last few weeks. I'm not a professional. I haven't been doing this but a few weeks. I'm very intrigued by it, and I've learned a lot in a few weeks. But I'm not a professional. So if there's a professional out there watching, I'm sorry if I say something that's incorrect. It's just all I know in the last few weeks I've learned. I hope to get a better detector one day. I just want to make sure I'm gonna do this for a long time. I'm try to tilt the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I've been watching some videos, and someone said to test on all. I've been turning off this one because there's a lot of iron out here, but I've got to turn my, let's see, I got headphones on, but I'm going to turn them off so that you can hear for a little while. And then after that, I'm going to actually probably not record me walking around, and I'll put my headphones on. I found that it uses up more battery power faster when you're using the built-in speaker versus my headphones. So anyways, tall grass, so it's hard to get too low to the ground. That was my shovel it was picking up. Now it might be too high. This might be too tall a grass, because I'm already like 8 inches above the ground. The grass is so tall. And it only goes like 7 inches deep for picking up. So this may be a bad place. I haven't really done it any over here. Every place I've done it at, the grass has been a lot shorter. I just thought of that today when I got out here. Started swinging this thing. One of you experts may tell me, oh, don't worry about it, just start swinging. They may say turn your sensitivity up. So I'm gonna turn my sensitivity up. I'm dragging my spade shovel behind me. I kind of just swing and drag this shovel behind me with my other arm. and just walk. And I've walked a lot of these pastures out here. Well, not a lot of land, but I walked in every pasture searching, and I found a lot of miscellaneous things, but mostly all some type of copper or zinc. A little bit of everything seems to be, it's just hard to. I think that hit my shovel again. No? Again, I've got the sensitivity cranked up all the way. Just because I'm so high off the ground. I may not search here long. This is probably going to be like the front yard of this house. Ooh. That's a little 99. Let me turn my sensitivity back down. Supposedly the people that built this house that we live in 1929 had a lot of money. And everybody jokes that there's buried treasure out here, or buried money, but no one's ever used a metal detector to look for anything. So here I am thinking, well, I'm going to be the one to find it. This has a pinpoint. Which you could basically just use if you were just going to search forever like this. I was just trying to pick out whatever I saw that was a high-pitched tone. But I can't find it, so. I think I'm going to go find the, like I said, this was just a little something on the map that triggered like it might be a well house or something. I think I'm going to go try to find the house, which is that top, that next marker up. All right, so right in here is the center of where this house was, and the driveway goes straight through that opening there, across that bridge and out to the road. So I'm gonna do some, I'm gonna turn the camera off, do some searching around in here with my headphones, see if I can't find something. I'll show you what I find later. That's loud in my headphones. That's where there's something underneath right here. So I'm gonna see if I can dig it up. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of playing with it in this tall grass. Did I just dig it up? Right there. I don't know what it is. There's something else. But this is metal. I don't know what it is. It's like a piece of, I don't know, like a piece of pipe, copper pipe or something. So that's one find. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna get my shovel and dig a little bit more right in here. I don't know if I found what I located. So what I'm looking for is right in here. I'm gonna take another shovelful out of there. There's probably more of what I found already. Now I'm sure a lot of veterans wouldn't even be digging this. But I'm so new to it, I'm digging about everything I find. Look at there. There's a nail. An old nail. And there's more stuff in here, but I'm certain it's nothing I'm interested in. At least I don't think I am. But I'm gonna call it quits on this hole and we'll cover it back up. And then we'll go outside the perimeter of the house and see if we can find something interesting. I keep hitting on stuff over here. I can't tell if it's a false reading or what. I've got to learn to pay attention to these numbers and see what I find. These target IDs. See, this is an 89 and an 85. 70, 83. So I'm gonna dig right here and see what I find. Felt like I hit something hard when I put the shovel down. This grass makes it so hard to dig. I'm out here in the middle of the pasture, so I'm not really worried about making a mess. I like to try to keep it as clean as I can, but the next person or the next thing that's going to see this hole is a cow. And the cows have probably hardly ever been over here, so I'm not even worried about that. Look, I think I dug up what I found. Look at there. Can't tell. My first thought's center of a wagon wheel or something. My dog is, I guess, scratching. There's something more in there. I'm gonna keep digging just because this is the most One of the most interesting things I've found yet. I test this thing when I've got it to the right mode by pointing it at my wedding band. See, now I've got it where I want it. I think whatever I found is deep down in here. Okay, so it sees something more in this direction. All right, I'm gonna call it quits on this hole. I'm not getting anywhere. I know I've seen something before that looked like this, but with these raised edges, but I can't think of what it is. It was clearly something round. I don't know. There's an old wagon over there behind this closest barn, and my first thought is like something to go with a wagon wheel, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna save it as part of a find. I can always ask someone what they think it is on a Facebook group I'm in. All right, I've decided to wander on over to that, see that like a concrete block looking area? That's where the old building was, in the back behind the house. I've got my headphones on, so if this beeps you can't hear it. But I'm wandering over to that. I'm hoping someone dropped some money or something around it. Maybe lost a ring or a watch or a gold coin or something. All right, there's something right here. It's right in here. It's on 87, 89. I have to unplug my headphones because they got a wire on them. They're not cordless, which would be nice. I found whatever it is. I don't think it's worth digging up, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. It's like a piece of aluminum or something. Tin, maybe from a roof, tin roofing. Here is, there's a worm. Thought it was a nail. I think it's just going to be some more of whatever that was. Showing some more of it, but I think it's the same thing. It's getting the same readings. And we'll cover this back up. All right, let's find something else. See, this is so cool to me. I don't mind finding trash. It's just fun to locate something and dig it up. But I know the pros, they only dig up stuff that they think is good. I just hadn't learned enough to figure that out yet. This short grass is a lot easier to locate around. Oh, by the way, I turned off this one over here, which is usually finds a bunch of junk I know I don't want. A lot of people prefer to leave it on. I know. Search for anything, but I have found that if I leave it on in this property, I always find just complete junk that I don't want. $85. $74. Watch the video that might be a penny. A nail. It's staying. There's still something there at 2 inches, but I don't trust the inches. But there's another nail. All right. If there's something else, it's probably another nail. And I don't want to find another nail. So I'm going to cover this hole up. Alright, so I've wandered down here to the bridge. I didn't have any more luck up there at the little building site. Really didn't have any luck. This grass is so tall. I think that is keeping me from keeping this thing so close to the ground like I can here. And it makes it hard to do. I'm assuming it makes it not see stuff as easy as well. I'll have to wait till the cows get over here and eat this down or something. That was kind of scary, but I made it. I don't know how deep that metal comes into the bank. See, I think what I found is that metal coming up through the bank. It stops right here. I bet if I go over here, there's the same thing. So I didn't find anything right there. I'm just gonna walk out here a little bit. Like I said, from back in the day, there's some buildings out here, 2 of them, I think. The building was right over there somewhere. Right in there. Well, I've already hit what I've found. What do you think that is? Or could be a flat wheel or something. See if I can find the other house, the other little building. I got a few minutes. Look, there's the rock, the brick wall of it. That's inside the brick. So it might be rebar, or there might be a piece of metal that held something up. All right, let's call it a day. All right, thanks for watching. I'm back at the house with my finds for the day. I don't know what these two things are. I found 3 nails and whatever this pipe looking thing is. But I mean, they're probably nothing of value, but they're interesting. And if I could find out what they are, that makes them even more interesting. Might tell some history about the property around this area where I live. But probably not worth selling or you know, big keepsakes, but they're cool to find. It's cool to locate something, pinpoint it, dig it up. And so I'm new to this, but I'm getting into it even more and more each day. So thanks for watching. Check out my other videos, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.